What's up, guys? What's going on? Hope everybody's day is going well. I brought a special guest on. We haven't done a sports talk in a while. The sports critic. What's going on, man?
Man, I'm doing good. Thank you for having me on.
No
Yeah, it's been a
problem, bud.
while.
So we're just gonna dive. We're gonna jump right into this, and basically we'll start with probably some of the biggest NFL news coming out. That's the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, Dak Prescott, signs his franchise um,
hmm
for I believe it was 31.4, right?
Yeah, 31.4
Was the
million.
wa-
Yeah,
was the
mhm. That was
the
an
the amount? I don't know, man. The last offer for him was 33 a year for 5. I mean, if I can add correct, that means he lost money
Yeah, he lost
signing that
about
tag.
10 million altogether. Yeah,
Yeah,
for the priest. Yeah, I think he thinks he's gonna do better. I guess he's gonna get more money. That's what he's expecting.
that's what it seems like, man. That would be the only reason why he's kind of held out this, kind of played it the way he has, is that he thinks that he can get more than the 33. Me personally, I would have a hard time paying him more than I'm surprised
Yeah.
he's even getting looks for more than 30.
No, I agree with you. I mean, I look at what Ryan Tannehill got. He got like 27 or 28, and I thought that was a lot for him. I think these quarterback contracts are just going up through the roof, and I don't think he deserves it. I don't think he's that good. I don't think he's a top. I don't even think he's top 10, to be honest with you, Bobby. Maybe in the 15 range, top 15, but not
12
top
to
10.
15, somewhere
Yeah,
in there.
12 to 15. Yeah, that's where I would have him.
I don't. So he's been in. He was drafted in 2016, correct?
Yes.
Now we'll do it like this, right? I think there's arguments for both sides on
Right.
this. Like back and forth is really going to be interesting to see who, cuz Jerry's going to the way I think Jerry Jones is going to play it is what's up, guys? What's up, Rogue? What's up, Isaac, Jared, Velix? How you guys doing? Sports expert, what's up, guys? So I think the way he's going to play it is, well, you've been to the playoffs. That's excellent. We've made playoff appearances, but you can't exit early. That
Yeah.
for a franchise like the Cowboys, that's not what they're expecting. They don't expect a first round exit. That's not good enough.
No, yeah, the way that they built this team, they have to try to go to the Super Bowl. They have to try to win it because they've been trying to. That's been their goal the whole time. I don't think their team is. I think their team is really good, really talented, but I don't know. Something about the coaching always throws that team off. The Dallas Cowboys.
They can, for some reason.
hmm
I don't know if it's just an organizational thing or just a bad. They just can't seem to take the next step. Like, they've gotten into the playoffs 2 out of the last 4 years. That's pretty
Yeah,
good, but they just, for some reason, they can't take that next step. That's just been the issue. Like, they can't. I think it's just a mental thing. They just can't get over that mental block of being able to make the right decision at the right time.
yeah, yeah. No, and I agree. And yeah, that's why I don't like Dak that much because I feel like when it comes to playoffs games, he doesn't play as well as he could. It's not all his fault, but come on, we give the quarterback all the credit and all the blame when they do well, and he just has not played that well in the playoffs, and they've lost. And he's supposed to make sure that they win those games. And everybody thinks this team is like super talented. Like when I look at it, I'm like they should be winning 12 games, but I bet you, Bobby, they're probably going to win like 10.
eight,
And
eight to
still,
eight, 8 to 10, somewhere in the 8 to 10 range.
yeah,
It's no, dude, you're absolutely right. With the talent that's on that team, Gallup, Cooper, Gallup, Cooper, Zeke, the offensive line, the defense, the weakness of the Cowboys, to me, on D, is their secondary. It's what's killed them. It
yeah,
hasn't been their defensive front. Their front and their linebackers are serviceable.
yeah,
It's the coverage, dude. The coverage has been awful for them. The
yeah.
last and that's how it's been for the last, what, probably since 2008. It's been like that with them.
Have you realized also they give these big contracts to their players, and then as soon as they give them the big contract, they don't pan out. Like,
They stop
the
trying.
Mark,
They get
yeah,
their money and they stop trying.
DeMarcus Lawrence, he was one of the best guys last year. He fell off after he got his money. Ezekiel
Yeah,
Elliott wasn't the same last year. I know he had a good year, but it's not like his standards. Could be a lot better, you know?
yeah, no, it's yeah, they, but see, that's why there's teams out there that are afraid to give these guys the big paydays because it's like, well, I got my money. What's I got my money and I got a ton of it guaranteed and like what I don't need to overexert myself. I don't need to overexert myself now. I'm rich. That's just the attitude, man. That's just the like you said. Demarcus Lawrence was a different player after he got that big contract.
Mhm.
Zeke Elliott had a down year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the Hall of Fame caliber players are the ones that get those big contracts and the play doesn't fall off. Those are the Hall of Fame caliber guys.
Yeah.
Um,
You
and
know,
they
Bobby, though, I don't think they believe in Dak Prescott that much themselves, or they would have gave him whatever he was asking. Plus, they gave other people contracts before they gave him. They should have made sure that 2 years ago they took care of Dak Prescott instead of now.
see, but yeah, no, like that's a good point because they have money tied up in a whole bunch of others.
Yeah.
Like the massive contract with Cooper, and then
Cooper,
like
Elliott.
so Cooper got 100 plus, right? Cooper got 100 plus, right?
DeMarcus Lawrence.
And then Lawrence got big money, and then 2 years ago they signed Zeke to a big like
Actually,
90
that was
mil.
last year, Bobby. That was
Was
only
it last year? Yeah. So last year they gave Zeke that big. Dude, I don't know if they're gonna have enough money to pay Prescott what he wants. If he's trying to get 37, 38 million, I don't think they have that.
No, I don't. And I think that's why they're just franchise tagging him, because I don't know if they're going to be able to pay him that much. I think they've been generous though. 33 million. If I was him, I would take that because I don't think he's worth even 30 million like you said. I think 30 million is a lot for him.
Yeah. If I was gonna be paying, Tannehill, if I was gonna be paying Prescott, it would be similar to what Tannehill got. 27 to Tannehill's getting 29 and a half. I would be comfortable with Prescott getting 27 to 29, almost a perennial playoff guy. He's been 2 out of the 4 years since he's been in the starter. He's been in the playoffs. That worth 27 to 29 million. That absolutely is worth that much. But any higher than that, and
Yeah.
see 30 to 35 is when you start getting into that top tier quarterback level. That's guys that have been to the AFC NFC title games. That's guys 30 plus million a year are guys that have sniffed the Super Bowl. That's where that level's at. I don't know about you, but that's where I draw the line.
That's where it should be, yes. But a lot of these quarterbacks, I think, are getting overpaid. I like Carson Wentz, but even he got 30 million, and he's always hurt. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
And
they absolutely overpaid for Wentz.
Yeah, but now it looks like they underpaid if they're going to pay Dak 33 because I think Wentz is more talented than Dak. It's just that he always gets injured.
When Carson Wentz, so Dak is more durable
Yeah.
than Wentz is. That's a
true.
fact.
I'll give you
Prescott is way more durable. The It's an interesting argument because the best part about players in the NFL, one of the best qualities you can have is dependability and reliability and durability. If you're there all the time and you're making plays in big spots, that's reliability and dependability is huge. If you're not there, you can't make the play. So that's where Wentz gets hurt. That's Dak's strong point is that he's just an Iron Man. The dude is durable.
He's always there for you. Yeah.
Yeah. But the thing with the argument you can make for Wentz is getting that money is because when Carson did more with less.
Yes,
Dak had a better team.
Yes,
last
way
year.
better. And everybody
Dak had the better team last year.
Everybody had Dallas winning the division. too last year,
But
even including me. And I was surprised when the Eagles won. Like you said, Carson did it with less. He had like backup receivers catching
that's
footballs.
what I mean. He was working with guys from the scrap heap, and he won
Yeah,
the division.
exactly.
Like the Eagles, what someone in the chat, I don't, what did the Eagles end up at last year? Were they 9-7?
9-7. Yeah, I know
So
that.
9 wins with pretty much a backup squad for what, 75% of the season.
Yeah, most of it.
That
Yeah.
that's not like bad. And then Carson, being the way, so that's where he excels. Like that's why the Eagles gave him that money, because he
Yeah,
did that with what he had. He
exactly.
won the division, and he kept them in the hunt. You know, that's why he got his money.
That's true.
Dak need if with the team that they have now, Amir, if they don't make the playoffs this year, they should take a good hard look at Prescott
Yeah, that's
and
what
be
I'm
like,
saying.
come on, man. You got, like, let's say the team stays intact and they don't trade anybody, because we'll get into that in a second. If the team stays intact and they don't trade anybody and Dallas misses the playoffs, that's a disappointment. And you're telling me that with all those weapons surrounded by Prescott and he couldn't make the play, like you're talking Zeke, you're talking Cooper, Gallup,
Yeah,
CeeDee Lamb now into the mix.
that's what
Like
I'm saying. You got three pretty good receivers. All like, come on.
there is no excuse for him not to make the playoffs this year. There's no excuse. If he doesn't, then I think he should catch most of the blame.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Especially, they always blame the defense, but with that kind of weapons, nobody has weapons like that. And he has a great offensive line, and he has Ezekiel Elliott behind him. And,
Mm-hmm.
he should really excel, because they said it was a coaching, and now they got newer coaches. But I don't know how much Mike McCarthy's going to help him. A lot of people say Mike McCarthy's play calling is stale, but I guess we will see. What did you think of the Mike McCarthy hiring anyway?
They had to get rid of Garrett. They
That's
had
true.
to.
No, I agree with that. Yeah, getting rid of Garrett.
They I think any of those coaches would have been an upgrade over him. Like he just like yeah, it was just he just wasn't working there. It was just he had worn his welcome out. That the players weren't playing for him. That they were I think he had started to lose the locker room at the end.
Yeah.
It just was a bad mix. I think getting some fresh some new blood in there, and a new attitude, and so anybody would have been, what I mean. I think the McCarthy thing, I think it could work well for them. It's Jerry has to stay at bay, though. He's got to let the coaching staff do their thing. He can't.
That's
He,
yeah.
and it's such a huge part of their organization.
That's kind of what he did to Jason Garrett, though, which was kind of unfair. Now, I'm not saying Jason Garrett's a good head coach or anything. A lot of people can see that he struggled as a head coach, but I know that they did take a lot of powers away from Jason Garrett. He wasn't able to call offensive plays and all that, but that's what he's known for, is calling offensive plays. He's a pretty good offensive coordinator, and they kind of took away a lot of, things he could do. So, I mean, he did have to go. The players, I think, lost respect for him as well. So, let's see what Mike McCarthy does over there. I hope it's not good, because I don't like the Cowboys, because they're in our division. Obviously, I'm a Giants fan, if people don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's the potential's there for Dallas to be very good this year.
Mhm.
But then again, how many years have we?
We've said that for a while now, Bobby.
For a while, yeah.
Yeah.
We've said that for a while now, that the potential is there for them to be very, very good.
Yeah.
The receivers they had, like, I think CeeDee Lamb is could be huge for them,
Exactly.
because he's gonna open things up for Amari. They're gonna have to respect Gallup and CeeDee Lamb when Gallup, Lamb, and Cooper are on the field at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
It's a matchup nightmare. It is, because that means Gallup's going to be playing like a number 3 or 4 slot corner.
Yeah.
And he'd eat them a lot. He would eat them alive.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is one of the best wide receiving cores in the NFL, to be honest. Cooper, Gallup, and CeeDee Lamb. And CeeDee Lamb, people actually said he was probably either the first best or second best receiver in this draft. And it got him.
I think he's the best receiver in the draft.
Exactly.
I think he's the best receiver in the draft.
And they got him late. So, and he's going to really, and that's going to work out for them, I think. That's why Dak, he's really lucky to be in this situation. I'm kind of surprised.
Yeah, so like just going back, yeah, so circling back around,
Mhm.
it's he lost money, man. Like
Yeah,
like
he did.
that's the first thing I thought. I saw the deal and I was like 31-4. The original deal was like 33 and 5 year. Like it was like 150 mil that they offered him, I think.
Yeah, they offered him
Look,
a crazy amount of money.
like it was like it averaged out to like 33 million a year, and I think the
Yeah,
total was like 150. But
exactly.
it's like that he when he turned that down, when that report came in that he turned that down, dude, he's out of his mind. Like that was the most money that he was ever gonna get right
I,
there.
I know, and I agree with you. And I remember when it happened, I laughed because I thought that he was gonna take it, but he didn't take it. That's what made me laugh so hard because it's like, why wouldn't you take that at that point? That's still, I think that's the highest right now, or one of the highest quarterbacks you would be. Why wouldn't you take that? I mean, I guess he's waiting to see what I think he's doing is he's waiting to see when the market goes up, and then he's going to try to get his number closer to that. Like when Mahomes gets signed or somebody else gets signed. Like when
But
Mahomes,
he's not. But
I
he's
know.
not. He's nowhere
He's not-
near
I
Patrick
agree.
Mahomes.
I agree. But I'm saying that he's looking.
He's looking for somebody to set the market.
Set the
Yeah.
market. That's my point. I don't think he's worth that market value. Obviously, like I said, 30 million would be good for him. I think if he took 30 million, it would have been fine. 33 million, I felt was actually overpaid for him anyway, Bobby, and he wants more money. I don't know. I think he's overplaying his hand.
Shit, dude, I thought they overpaid for Tannehill at 29 and a half.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought Tannehill was overpaid. And now when I look at it, I'm like, maybe Tannehill is not because Dak and Tannehill is like, how far are they apart from one another? Not that far. It's like, but Dak wants to get like 35 plus million, I think. And I don't know if the Cowboys will give it to him. So I don't know what happens.
I don't think they're gonna be able to finagle the financials to give him what he wants. If he's
They're
if
strapped
he's
for
trying to
cash
get
right now. Yeah, they don't have the money to give him all that. Too.
that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know if I know you can move numbers around,
Yeah.
try and fit people under the cap, but like I just don't think the money, if he's going for north of 35, I don't think the Cowboys can afford it.
You're right. No, I agree 100%.
And
And
if he wants north of 35, I'd just let him walk. I'd be like, all right,
Yeah,
we're
that's what I'm saying.
gonna franchise tag you again, and then just let you walk because you're not getting north of 35. You're physically not going to get north of 35 from us. You haven't earned that.
Why do you think they signed Andy Dalton, though? Do you think that has anything to do with anything, or is that just backup?
Well, I think it's just an insurance policy in
Okay.
case something. Yeah, like I like most people. Some people are looking. I think people are looking too far into that. That was just they want someone who can step in, who's
Mhm.
not gonna, who may not win them a game on his play, but is not gonna lose it for them either.
Yeah.
So Andy Dalton's that middle of the road guy that he's a smart dude. He can pick up a system and he'll just an insurance policy. That's all that
I think he's a pretty good backup to have, though.
Yeah.
In some places
yeah.
he could be a starter.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think, like I said, insurance policy, just in case something ever does happen to Dak. And they got him for a halfway decent, a halfway decent deal. So it's like, why not? You have a serviceable guy that is a serviceable backup now. But yeah, like that was stupid. That was a stupid like he should have just
Bobby,
when they offered him 133 at 150.
Yeah.
Dude, he should have taken that pen and paper and signed his name so fast. Like,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what his agent is telling him or what's going on in his head. I don't know what's going on over there.
if his agent is telling him that he should have refused that money, I would fire. I would literally fire the agent.
Yeah.
He's not, dude. On the open market, he's not gonna get he's not gonna get more than that. No.
No, exactly. I totally agree. And I'm not a big Dak fan at all, so I don't even know why he's refusing the contract. I think 33 is fine. I still think it's overpaid. If I was the Cowboys, I would have tried been like, hey, look, Carson's making 30. Can we just give you 30? And we were like, you're not even as good as him.
Like just go 31. You'll make more than you
make more than
Yeah, you're making more than you're probably the highest paid, quarter. You're probably the highest paid quarterback in the division.
Exactly.
So be happy with that and just take it, or you can walk and you can go somewhere else.
Yeah. But also, imagine they let him walk and they sign Andy Dalton to a deal instead, because you wouldn't have to pay Andy Dalton 30. You could pay him like 20 or whatever, for being starting.
This is the season, dude. Like me and you both agree. Like we were talking about this before. This is the season. This is it for him. This is your season.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is your season. This is Dak's season. He has to perform this year, or he's not going to get that big payday. They'll just continue to pay him middle of the road salaries his whole career, because he's got to go NFC title game, or better, to get that money.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree with you, and I don't think it's that much of a difference anyway between 33 or 35. Like $2 million, is that what you're really fighting about? That's what it seems like. It's like,
are you really gonna put up a stink for like $2.5 million?
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. It's not really smart.
No, not at all. No. It's not smart on his part, or the agent's part to be pushing for that. So let's switch gears there, bud, and head and we'll talk about what are you thinking. So the latest proposal for baseball, 60 games prorated. This has gone back and forth. What?
So annoying.
6 times now. It's like, come on, man. Like, you know what it is? Neither side wants to give the other one a win. Neither side wants to say, all right, you won. We'll give you we'll give you this, and this. Let's just play the season. Neither one wants to do that.
No. It's crazy. And the thing is that the owners and players are so close. They agreed to everything, Bobby. It's just the games, the number of games. The owners are like 60 and the players are like 70. And that's what they're fighting about right now. And that's why we can't get a resolution. The owners gave them everything, even the full contract. Prorated.
Yeah, the full prorated. Yeah. But see, to me, 60 games isn't worth it. Like, if they're gonna play think about it, right? 60 games is literally like 5 weeks of baseball, 6 weeks of baseball.
Yeah.
It's not worth it though. They might, if they're gonna play a 60 game season, they might as well just not just shut this, just shut it down. Shut it down and play it again next season. It's 60 games is not worth it. They have, to me, it's 75 plus or nothing.
Yeah, that's why I don't think it's gonna happen, because it's not gonna get into the 70 or higher range, and basically the players and owners, like you said, they're just too stubborn with their own thing, and none of them are. They don't look like they're trying to agree on anything. I think today they had the deadline to accept the 60 games, and I don't think they did. So I don't think the players. Yeah, I think the players didn't accept it. They didn't accept it. So I think we're trending in territory where we're not going to see any baseball, which is sad, because I love baseball. So I love to watch it.
It does. It's like, come on, man. I can see why the owners are. See, here's where the divide is, right? The owners are going to get paid no matter what, dude. They're in charge of the TV deals and all the promotional aspect, all the shit that's all over the stadium, all the sponsors and all the. They still get their money. The players are saying they want that prorated salary so they can at least make half of an annual of, if 60 games won't even get them half of their annual salary. You know what I'm saying? It's it's not worth it for them. It's not worth it for the players to play less than 70 games. They're gonna lose. The owners are. don't feel bad. I don't feel bad for the owners because they got money coming in no matter what.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't. I don't feel bad for the owners at all.
The players, see, the players, in my opinion, have all the leverage, and they damn well have the right to, because it's like they're the ones that are going to get screwed in all this. The owner, like I said, the owners got the TV deals and all this other. They got sponsor money. They got all sorts of money coming in. The players have what? Game checks. That's it. Game checks and merch.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. The players have all the leverage. If a season wants to happen, the players are the ones that, because the owners coming to them to proposals, they can, if they really wanted to play and take the 60 games, which you said is too small, and they say the players think it's too small too. So I think that they have all the leverage in terms of that. So, they're probably just going to, like, they already rejected the deal. So I don't know what's happening next. I think it's pretty much done now, right? There's going to be no baseball for the season. It's not official, but.
Coach K, I did see that statement. He said the players come out and said they were committed to playing this. You know what that was, though? You know what that? Do you know, Coach? Come on, man. You know what that was, Coach? That was, read between the lines, man. That's them. That's them telling the fans.
Yeah.
Hey, man, we want to play. We want to play.
It's the owners.
That's all that is, dude. That's all that statement is.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that statement is. Hey, we've told these guys we want to play, and we're trying to get them to go a half season, and they won't go a half. It's like, come on, man, you're freaking millionaires and like just the owners literally just need to give this one to the players and just let them have their 75 games and just play. It's 15 fucking games, for God's sake. It's like a week's worth of games, and they won't let them have it. It's literally a week's worth of baseball.
Yeah, I don't know why they don't want to pay them that. They should. It's better than nothing, at this point.
And it's I don't get why the owners are fighting it. So bad to give them the half season. It's like you have 12 to 15 more games of playtime where you can run ads and you can charge people for the advertisement and the endorsement and all this other, this is on the owners, man. They're being stubborn. They're being stupid. Just give them what they want so we can play.
I mean, the NBA worked the deal, so why can't the MLB, And no, I agree with you 100%. The owners are being really stubborn in their way of thinking, and they really need to change that. But also, this may not hurt them financially, which you are correct, but this will hurt the image of baseball if there's no season. It happened before.
That's a perfect segue into what I was talking. If they don't play, that in itself has you don't think they know that if they don't play, dude? Think of how many fans they're gonna lose a lot. They were lucky to come back from it. In the 94 strike crushed baseball for a long time.
Exactly.
The steroid era.
Steroid era saved it.
It did. Dude, the home run race between Sosa and McGuire saved baseball. Saved baseball, dude.
Yeah. Yes, and
think about if the steroid era didn't happen. If the steroid era didn't happen, and it was still that, the 94 strike, the aftermath of that 94 strike was, dude, they lost a huge amount of revenue and fans from that strike.
They did.
GE Sports Show, what's up, buddy?
Coach K asks how old was I in '94. I was 5 years old. I was 5 years old. I was born in '89, so yeah, I was 5. But I do remember it because I remember there was no baseball, like people talking about it. My brother, who's older than me, was watching baseball, and he's like, "There's no baseball this year." And I'm like, "Wait, what?" Because, you're a kid, you don't understand that kind of stuff.
94, I was 9.
Yeah. So.
I was 9. I'm probably the oldest fuck in this chat and on stream.
It's all right, Bobby. Not by much older than me, but a little bit. Yeah, you're my brother's age. Wait, were you born in 85?
85, yeah.
Yeah, my brother's born in 85. So I remember him talking about how there was no baseball and he was pissed off.
Oh, it sucked, dude. It sucked, and that was a good that was a good year for baseball too. That was That was going to be that would have been it. That would I should say that would have been a very good year for them, and that they just couldn't. They couldn't make it happen. Like they're going to be if they don't play, dude. They're in trouble.
Yeah, they're in trouble. No, for sure. I agree. It's gonna hurt baseball like it did with that strike, and its steroids saved it. But what would save it this time? That's what I'm curious
Nothing.
about.
Yeah.
And then they already have the cheating scandal on top of it, not to make it worse, that people keep talking about and never forget
And
it.
that dude between the Astros and the Red Sox,
Yeah.
and that hurt baseball's reputation too.
Yeah, baseball's been getting hurt a lot recently.
They got to do. They have to do something too.
Yeah.
They need to just like the owners. The owners just need to cave. Just give them what they want. Give them the 70-game season. Let's play.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not
Now-
even 175, Bobby. They just want 70, which is 10 extra games. That is literally nothing. I don't know why this is like they can't come to an agreement. It should be so easy,
It's yeah. It's just been a mess. Like just between the two of them, they just it's an ego thing. They don't the union has always had all the leverage forever, and it
Yeah.
pisses the owners off that the MLBPA has so much so much leverage. They've tried to take that away for years.
No, and I agree. That's actually I remember. I think in the strike, the players had a lot of power too, and they didn't. They just didn't want to play them, and this is something that may happen again now, which is terrible because like this is on top. There was no cheating scandal back then, and there's no steroids to save it. So, I don't know what's going to happen next year. And the thing is, I was really hoping for baseball this season because the Cardinals have gotten. I mean, last year they went to the NLCS, as you know. I was pretty shocked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's. I want a season, dude. I want to see baseball. I love.
Yeah.
I do. I really do like.
Me too. And
I do-
calling
I
it
do
on
wanna see
YouTube.
one.
You know what's funny? Calling it on YouTube is probably one of the best sports to call because it's just so relaxed, and you can read the chat too while you're calling the game.
Yeah,
Which is
you can
awesome.
actually interact with the chat because it is such a we're lucky that it is such a slower pace. We can actually talk to the fans and interact as it goes.
Yeah,
That's the best part about it. You can actually talk to people.
you're 100% correct, and that's what I love calling baseball. I've called a lot of baseball games last year on my channel. Cardinals games because I'm a Cardinals fan, and it was a blast, especially like when there's like a home run or a grand slam, and then you have, like I said, like in football,
Just the commercial breaks. The commercial breaks, you actually get to talk to people.
Yeah. In football, okay. In basketball, I love basketball. Calling it is fun too, but it is so fast paced that you can't really participate in the chat as much, like read it as much.
No.
And, and in football too is kind of really fast paced, But baseball is where it's a little more chill. Like you could watch it, even if you miss a pitch, it's not the end of the world. But like, you know what I mean? Like you can read the chat. It's cool,
Yeah. So let's the Yankees, dude. They
got caught cheating or something. I heard. Too.
I just want to focus on their chances this year at a deep playoff run. They have a shot. The Yankees do have a shot this year.
Yeah, they have such a good team. Yeah, they do. Especially getting Garrett Cole helped them out so much because they really never had a pitcher like that. Like an ace like that. Like they already have good pitchers, but Yankees versus Astros ALCS.
See now, Coach makes a good. It's either going to be Yankee. I think if we do play this year, I think it's either going to be Yankees Astros or Yankees Dodger. The World Series I think is going to be Yankees and Dodgers.
Yeah. I agree with you, Bobby. That's what I had too. But baseball is one of those sports where the two best teams don't play each other like all the time. Like even last year, if you look at it, nobody predicted the Nationals to come out from the National League. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying anything is possible in baseball. And the Dodgers, for whatever reason, last year struggled because of Kershaw and all that. But I have the same thing as you, Dodgers and Yankees. But
I do
wouldn't be
think this is the
surprised
year
if
we're
that
going to
was
see it,
Trump.
though.
Yeah,
I think this is the year we're going to see
I
it.
would I wouldn't be surprised if we see it. Baseball would love if that is the World Series. Everybody wants that to kind of be the World Series, like Yankees and Dodgers fans especially. And especially since Dodgers, used to be part of New York. They used to be a Brooklyn team. I mean, that was a long, long time ago, but still some history there.
That might be see. Now I hate LA
Yeah.
more than I hate New York. So
Wow, that's kind of funny.
so I would actually be pulling for the Yankees in that series
Wow.
because I fucking can't stand LA.
Really? I thought Red Sox fans hate Yankees fans way more.
No, believe me, I hate the Yankees, but I hate the Dodgers even more.
Can I ask why do you hate the Dodgers more? Like, what's the
Because
reason?
I just can't stand that damn team. But like y'all's hatred level is like here. Like
Oh, okay, it's very
Dodgers
close.
is here and Yankees. I still hate the Yankees. Like fuck them Yankees. I
It's
hate all
like
the Yankees.
the better of two evils.
Yes,
There you go.
yeah. So I would
That's shocking
actually
to me.
and
Wow.
and over the years, like, dude, the battles between the Yanks and Red Sox, like, you as a Sox fan, like, dude, like, just see it, like, the epic battles in the past, you have to respect that. Like, dude, that team is not afraid of you. Like, the Yankees were like,
Yeah.
dude, we back in like 2000 to like 2009, 10, dude, we hated each other.
Exactly.
The Yanks and Red Sox, their rivalry was epic, dude.
Yeah, I think it's one of
From
the
2000 to 2010, those teams hated one another.
I actually think it's the best rivalry in baseball, Yankees and
Yeah.
Red Sox. I really
But
do.
it's
So tense every time.
It pisses me off nowadays though because all these players are friends. There's no like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? They're all friends
Animosity.
now, dude.
Yeah.
They're all friends. They're all friends
They
now.
don't try to be rivals and stuff. Yeah, I get you.
There's no like Jason Varitek punching A-Rod in the face anymore. You know what I mean? Like, there's none of that. Like they're all friends now.
Jason Varitek, I remember that.
It's soft.
Yes. Yeah. That it's softer in terms of that. Like the players are completely on board with one another, which is annoying as hell. And you see that in basketball as well.
Yeah, dude, it's sad that it's gotten that way in professional sports. It's just the money. Like these guys nobody's in it for very few players are in it for like the pure like there's very few players are like that keep those rivalries alive. Like I said, dude, in the Yankees versus Red Sox in that 2004. 2004 dude, we ALCS, dude, we hated each other.
Yeah.
We hated each other. Those teams despised one another.
I gotta tell you, Bobby, that 2004 ALCS was the best comeback I've ever seen by the Red Sox. So you guys were down 0-3, and you came back and won every single game. And then you played our team, the St. Louis Cardinals, the team I like, and you freaking swept us. And I was so pissed. I didn't care if you beat us, Bobby, but let us win a couple of games, damn it. And then we faced each other again in 2013, and you guys beat us again, but this time it was 4-2. So at least it was a little better.
It's funny though, because I knew when we beat the Yankees.
Oh, I knew it was good for us too, because
yeah.
momentum. Oh, it's too great.
That momentum that carried into that St. Louis series. Dude, it was just unstoppable.
Yeah, but I was hoping that maybe the curse will rear its head, but it never did.
Hey, beyond the game, they were, dude.
That's what I'm
telling
saying.
you. It's different, man. It just is. It's just a different time. Like it's a different time frame. It's. Dude, you saw that 04 ALCS, dude. We hated we were throwing at our pitchers were throwing at the Yankees, and then the Yanks would come up and they'd do the same. They would throw high and in yeah, dude, and they wouldn't even think twice about it.
Yeah, and you guys had a lot of fights too in the dugouts and stuff.
Yeah,
crazy.
The dugouts would clear. Oh, dude, it's that series. watching them go 4 straight wins after going down 0-3 and coming back and winning that, it was one of the most insane sports victories I've ever
It's the only time it's ever happened too in baseball.
up until the Patriots
Oh, the
and
28-3, yeah.
up until the
I'll tell you
28-3
what,
game.
though. I think that's actually what you guys did was crazier, and I'll tell you why. Because you got to win 4 consecutive games
Straight,
you
back
lose
to back, yeah.
even one or anything, you get down. It's like you're done. And I know the 22-3. I'm not taking anything away from that. That's the hardest comeback, but that's one game, right? Anything could happen in one game, but in 4 games, when you guys are down 3-0, and where was the 4th game? Was it in New York or was it in Boston?
I think it was in New York. Yeah, I think it was in New York.
Yeah, so if you're playing in another, the Yankees just want to close it out. They think they're going to close it out and just move on. Okay. Nope. Another game? Nope. When it gets to game 7, Bobby, you knew, and I'm pretty sure you knew that the Red Sox were going to win. Because if you win 3 games in a row, you have so much momentum. But it's also, Bobby, and I'll tell you what else is crazy about it. It's the only time that's ever happened in baseball where someone has come down from 3-0. Because people talk about the Cubs coming back down from 3-1 to beat the Indians, and that was impressive because it was in the World Series and all that. But what you guys did, man, I always talk about it. My brother's a Yankees fan, so I always say that to him to bother him. That was impressive, man.
Like I told you, dude, it was up until that 28-3 game. It was the most incredible thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
That.
What's up, Beyond the Game? How are you, man?
Entertainer talking sports in the house. What up, Tana?
What's up?
Go Lions. How you doing, brother?
Yeah.
Hey, Steel 58. What's up, man?
But like I said, when that happened, I knew the Cardinals, because we're gonna face you in the World Series after those wins. I was like, we don't stand a chance, but I hope we get. I was like, maybe the curse comes now, because that you guys had that curse still until 2000.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But see, like the guys were saying it. On the all the sports radio were saying they're like the amount of momentum that the Sox were carrying into that, like,
and we were the best team, I think, in baseball that year.
It was a fucking tidal wave. Like it was in like. I knew it's Red Sox Nation. Everybody in the city of Boston knew that for the Cardinals to to stand up and be able to stay with the Sox after coming off a series like that. They were the Cardinals couldn't make any mistakes. They literally had to play a perfect baseball every game, and it always seemed like every game.
Best record in baseball too.
Dude, I'm telling you, every game for that World Series just seemed like there was like 3 plays that determined each game, and it was like I forget if it was game 1 or I think game 2, where the Sox went on that like 4-inning hit streak, and they just buried St. Louis in that game, and after that I was like, it's. Like you could tell they were because the Cards pitching that year was good. The Cards pitching that year were really good.
Yeah,
and they got to about the 3rd or 4th inning, and the Sox just wore.
We won 105 games, Bobby, that year. We were the best team in baseball in terms of record, and we just couldn't get it done. And that bothers me because 2 World Series you took from us, Bobby. 2, damn! I already saw 2 World Series. I could have seen 4.
The second one though, the Cards did put up a good fight though. They definitely did. They definitely weren't gonna lay down. And I think they were pissed about the last time. They remember the last time getting swept. So I think that was a little extra motivation.
Yeah, I just wish we had won that one at least. As all the time, like, damn, Boston owns us.
Tana says, I can't stand the damn Cardinals. They beat my Mets in 06, and they won like 83 games.
Yeah, we own the Mets. The Mets, what other team we own, Bobby's? The Dodgers. Look at the Dodgers in their postseason. When they play the Cardinals, they always lose. We always beat them. That's what would have been really interesting if we played the Dodgers. I think we would have had a closer series with them than obviously getting swept by the Nationals last year. But last year, I thought we overperformed anyway. I didn't even think we were that good of a team. I mean, and we got into the playoffs, won the division. You know, everybody had the Cubs winning the division.
Yeah. I hope we get a season, man. I really do. I don't want to see them not play. Like that would be such a bad look for everybody around, like just the whole league. The league as a whole, everyone would look bad. If they didn't play, people are going to say, well, the players should have just given, the people are going to be, they're going to.
Yeah. No, it's a bad look. And you don't want that for baseball, especially right now. Baseball's having a good look anyway with all the cheating scandals and all that. That took a big, I'm telling you. And the thing was, for me, I was just more annoyed about them talking about it. I was like, they're not even talking about which team is going to be good next year. They're just talking about the scandal the whole time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's like I want to see them play. I really do. I hope I hope the owners can just let them have one, man. Let them have one. Let them have their 10 games. Make it a 70-game season, and let's play. Because every week that goes by, they're running out of time.
Mm-hmm.
They're running out of time, man. Like this should have been decided 4 weeks. Like this should have been decided 4 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
The plan should have been in place. They should have started a month ago. It's at the point where it's like you're almost at that point of no return where you're gonna have to go, okay, or like you're almost there.
Yeah, and it's like people are so pissed off that people are just saying like Manfred should just step down at this point. Like he doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't know how to get the owners and the players together on this deal. And this deal does need to happen because I can't imagine a season without baseball, even if it's 70 games. Come on, 70. Like you said,
as a commissioner, he needs to say, look, to the owners, look, you're going to make money.
Yeah.
Even without gate price, if there is no gate prices, you're still going to make money. Like you're still going to be on top. You're not going to lose. You're not going to.
Hello? What happened, Bobby?
Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Hold on, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid cat.
I was wondering what happened.
But it's like Manfred as the commish needs to step in and be like, all right, just give them the 70 games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Do you like him as a commissioner? A lot of people don't think he's good or he's qualified for this role.
I think he's in over his head with this one, and I think he doesn't know what to do.
Exactly.
I think he's in over his head, and because he doesn't want to make the owners mad, and he doesn't want to make the players mad. Well, you're never going to be able to please
everybody.
both.
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
You know what I mean? Like, you have to make a decision. It's somebody's going to be mad no matter what. So just as a commissioner, you have the responsibility of making a choice. If I was him, I'd just say, look, charge more on your advertising prices. Just explain to your sponsors, look, we're sorry, but we got to up the price 5%, sorry.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they'll still be okay with that.
Yeah.
Rogue
so
says, Bobby,
one thing. Let's shift gears there, man, and we'll get into football now. We'll talk football again.
Okay.
The Cowboys testing positive and
yeah.
And just you're hearing more and more about these positive tests coming back and the not just football but the baseball and some of these other soccer even. To me, they had to have known. The NFL had to have known that this was going to happen. There's going to be positive tests, but now it's not. It's how you deal with it. Okay, there's obviously people are going back. You're getting people back together again in society. You're going to get positive tests. You can't just say You can't just go, oh, there's positive tests, we got to shut it down again.
Hmm. Yeah, I agree. I definitely don't want football to be shut down. That's my favorite sport, and it's just like, come on, man. What? And Roger Goodell is so optimistic. He's like, nothing's gonna change, but I don't know. With all these reports that are coming out, it's scaring the shit out of me, Bobby. It really is.
Well, it's like, don't you guys have a like? Don't you? I thought they had a plan for all this. I thought they had a plan for, okay, guys are testing positive. This is our plan. If teammates test positive, it's this is our protocol. We set, this is our 5-step protocol that we do.
Hmm. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a, hey, Entertainer with the $2 super chat. Really enjoyed coming on a couple weeks ago. Hey, Entertainer, you are more than welcome, brother. Anytime. I enjoyed having you, man. That was the OGs, the 3 dudes responsible for me even starting a channel. That was Tana. That was probably one of the funnest streams I've ever done on this channel. That was
Who was on
awesome.
that stream?
Huh?
Who was on that stream anyway?
It was me, Bad Dog, Tana, and Goose.
Oh yeah. Those are all great guys. Yep.
Tana, you're more than welcome, brother. That was a hell of a stream. I had a blast doing that, man. Telling you, dude, like I said in that stream, he's one of the guys that's responsible for me even starting. So
Yeah, I've said that multiple times on mine too. Because Bobby, me and you used to always talk in Entertainers chats, if you remember.
yeah, oh yeah. I'm
Movie.
telling you, dude, these guys, Bad Dog and Tana and Goose, are the reason I'm here. And you know what? I'm sure it goes for a lot. You know, a lot of they show a lot of love to a lot of different YouTube. You know,
Yeah.
to a lot of different YouTubers. They're great, dude. All of them.
It's true.
But it's the thing that pisses me off about this whole situation, though, Amir, is like, you said that you guys that like the NFL said this is our plan, and
Yeah.
now you're all of a sudden going to be like, pump the brakes, time to shut it down again. Like, what happened to let's follow the protocol and just you're going to have to push through it. Like, you can't just go, okay, shut it down again. Like, that's
Yeah. I agree with you. There should have been a backup plan, and they should have known that people are going to test positive, and they should have something. But I don't know. They haven't really said what their plan is or what they're going to do. The fact that all these guys are testing positive. Also, it's like all these guys are testing positive at the same time. It's kind of crazy. But we still have time. I think they'll be fine before the regular season, as long as Man, holy crap! I don't know. It's hard. It sucks so much.
It is, and but that's the thing that gets me. It's like they have been preaching for 2 months now that when players do start testing positive, there's a protocol, and don't worry, our season's going to start on time. And now all of a sudden, now that guys are actually testing positive for this thing, that they're pumping the brakes and backtracking and being like, maybe we shouldn't do this. It's like, come on, man, like. That's not what you were saying. That's not what you were saying a month ago or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, a month ago before all the news came out, Goodell was like, definitely having a season in this, that. But
before they started testing. Now that what did you think was going to happen? Now that you're testing everyone and you're testing them weekly or bi-weekly, it's like, what do you think's going to happen, man? Like, of course, more tests equals more chances of it happening.
Yeah. That's definitely true. That's what they're going to have to do is more tests and more of that. But I think what also happened was that those states down south, Bobby, and you know this, they didn't close down properly. They didn't quarantine properly. And this actually does have an effect on everybody, including players that were there. And I think Ezekiel Elliott got corona, right? And he's in Texas, I believe.
Yep.
So Texas, they have one of the most cases now. They're in Florida. It's like, it's crazy. I'm pretty sure. How are the cases where you are? Have they improved? Because in New York, they've improved.
No, yeah, they've improved drastically. Like our numbers, our numbers are going way down, like way down.
Yeah. And Crom says,
we're like, I mean, and we're still, dude. I don't know how it is where you're at, but in Mass, we're still running at like 35 to 50, like 30 to 50% capacity for most. Retail and restaurant places. And for restaurants, it's outdoor dining only. That's it.
Yeah, the same thing. It's exactly that. We have outdoor dining only, and in the city, today was the first day of outdoor dining. Today,
Yeah.
literally today, Fabi.
So,
In New York City. Yeah.
but um,
Hmm.
so our governor, Charlie Baker, no, he came from healthcare. That's where he made his money. So if anybody knows how to like
Handle situation.
not
Yeah.
overwhelm the healthcare system, it's somebody with his background, and I think that's the reason why he's because our phases are 3 weeks long at the least. So it's like our phases are three. So it's set up so it doesn't overwhelm. That's the biggest thing is it's set up so it doesn't overwhelm the healthcare system, so we don't have to shut down again.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's how it should be. And we were shut down for like 3 months. So,
Both our states the
yeah.
same. We didn't do anything, but it's to me it's these the commissioner of the NFL had like Goodell's gotta he's got to do a better job of like being an advocate and being like, look, we're gonna get positive tests, guys. Even when we play the season, we're gonna get them. We're gonna get them. They're gonna pop up. Um, it's gonna happen. But it's not like if we get 25 or 30
Yeah.
positive tests,
Yeah.
it's you can't get halfway into a season or 4 or 5 games in and be like, all right, there's 30 positive tests, we better shut it down. Because then it's not even worth it. If you're gonna do that, then don't even have the season.
Don't even start it. Yeah.
Yeah, if
They
you're
gotta have plans, and they gotta know that people are gonna test positive. And I don't know what they do in terms of that, but they're gonna have to figure it out. That's why you have a commissioner who has and all these people on the board to have these rules for things like that.
yeah, it's your job as a commissioner to say, all right, guys, these people that get it, we're gonna immediately quarantine them. They're gonna be away from the team facilities. They're gonna be away from people. They're gonna be quarantined for 2 weeks, and then they will be reassessed. And once they're clear of it, then we let them back. But until then, they're out. And it
Count it like an injury, kind of, in a way.
yeah, it's the same thing as you sprain an ankle. You're out for 2 weeks. You know what I mean?
Exactly. No, I agree. That's a great idea, actually, and that's something that I was thinking that they should implement because, like you said, it is impossible for like not a player or not a few players to have corona in this time. It's everywhere. Especially like in a lot of places where they play or where they practice. A lot of people are getting the coronavirus that way as well. And also, some of the players got to be smarter, like Ezekiel Elliott and them. Why are you partying right now? This ain't the time. I don't know.
Dude, that's yeah. Like, no, it's like you as a professional athlete have to be smarter than that. Like, come on,
seriously.
man. This is not the time. You are too important if you play a professional sport, you're too important to your team especially him. He should be like, dude, nobody's getting within 20 feet. Like, if I was a player of that caliber, I'd be like, dude, if you're not my immediate family, you're not coming near me.
Yeah.
But like, dude, like that's 100% right. Like they have got to be smarter about it. They have to be.
They have to be, but a lot of these players are not doing their job on their part too. Not saying it's all their fault because it's very hard to avoid COVID, but just be smart about it and be more dedicated to the game that way too. He's like you said, Ezekiel Elliott, he has a lot to prove too. So,
but like it's a caliber player like that. Like, it's like, dude, like, come on, man. Like you can't. You got to be smarter than that. You can't be running around doing stupid things and being in the middle of 150 people, 200 people in a club that you have no idea. You don't know where they've been, where they like you don't have any idea. Like that's just not smart.
Like and it's for his own health too. Like, come on, man, you gotta just be more careful about it, Like, if you're careful and you take the right steps, you should never get this virus. But a lot of people are very reckless.
It's it's a matter of caring, and it just goes to show
Yeah,
some of them just don't
they just
care.
want to party. You know,
Yeah,
they don't really care about. That's what I
yeah.
tell some people. Some people don't care about the game as much as you think. Like, you know, they just want to make a lot of money, and that's it. You could tell who those players are. The players that won't take a pay cut at all and all that. You know, that's why one thing you got to love about Tom Brady. He took a lot of pay cuts in New England. You know,
Oh
that
yeah,
showed that he was dedicated
yeah.
to making his team better.
It's just it's sad because like you put all your like I had a lot of faith that we were going to get an NFL
Me
season,
too. Me too.
and
So much.
now like because the actions of some because the actions of some stupid people and the media doesn't help either, because the media finds out that these guys test positive, and they literally just you know how they are, they will blow it out of proport, they will blow it up to the point where it puts pressure on these organizations and puts
Yeah.
pressure on the league to to be like, the league wants to say, all right, they got it, it's not a big deal, we're dealing with it, but in the media, like, they're influencers, let's face it, these big news stations are influencers, and if they push a narrative hard enough, they're gonna get it.
Yeah, I know. I agree. I just see people talking about school and stuff, and I'm like, I don't think there'll be any school this year. I really
No,
don't.
no, I'm with you. The kids are There's no way kids are
Can't
going
have
back to.
kids going
Yeah,
to
I'm
school,
with you
right?
on that.
Yeah.
There's no way. There's no way. Nope.
Hmm. If that happens, it's like, no.
But we'll open it up to the chat now, guys. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask me and the Sports Critic. If you want
Yes.
us to answer any questions, we'll open it up to you guys. So we've been talking amongst ourselves. So if you have any questions for us, feel free to ask,
Yeah.
and we will do our best to answer them.
I had a question that is kind of different. Like, how is Boston in the summer? Is it really hot? Because I've only been there in the winter. Is it
Oh,
like?
dude, it's humid as shit.
Oh, okay. So it's like New York. All right. Yeah, New
It's
York's humid.
fucking oppressive. It is. It's like today, dude. Today it was 91 degrees with like
I can kind of see on your face.
88% humidity.
Yeah, same here.
You
Yeah.
like roll your window down and the air punches you in the face.
I agree. Yeah, same here.
It
Actually, New York
sucks.
City is that way too. I don't know if you've ever been to New York in the summer, but it's very humid.
I have. It's
Yeah.
driving. Yeah.
Hmm. No doubt has been the state of Texas. Yeah, Texas opened up way too early. Yeah, Texas, Florida.
Hey, coach, I got something for you. Why don't you hold this right here?
Is Coach from Texas? Where is he from?
He is.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Coach is from West Texas. He's in oil country.
Hmm. Yeah, I see.
There you go.
He
Coach.
said 108, Bobby. Don't want to hear. Yeah, but Texas is dry heat. Over here, like what Bobby's saying is humidity, which is worse, way worse. You get like sticky and all that. I hate that feeling. Oh my god. I could deal with heat. I could deal with dry heat. I can't deal with the humidity. And I get that's what Bobby's saying.
Yeah, like I can do 108 in Arizona in the summertime. I can do that. 95 with 90% humidity out here, it sucks. It's brutal.
Yeah, New Jersey has decreased as much as New York has decreased because both states have been doing pretty much the similar stuff. We've been shut down until now, Bobby. So it's pretty much we're slowly reopening stuff, but we're still not even there.
Hey, Puppy Chulo, what's up, buddy? So he says thoughts on the MLBPA. We touched on that, Chad. We basically said that like they got to come to they have to come to an agreement. That the owners, put it this way. My opinion is, I don't know how the Sports Critic feels, but my opinion is, if we get no season, the owners are to blame. Blame the owners on this one.
Yes. No, and I agreed with that too, because it seems like that the players want more games and the owners don't want to give it to them, and that's all they need to do is say, okay, you got 70 games and we have a season, but they're not doing that.
Yeah, if you're telling me that they can't go from 60 to 70 and just say okay, it's 10 freaking games. Come on,
Yes,
man.
yeah.
Like if
No,
there's no baseball, blame the owners.
I think the owners are honestly. I don't think the owners are thinking about a season. I think they're doing this purposely, so it seems like, oh yeah, we tried to reach out to them, but they wouldn't meet our demands. Like
Yeah,
for the
it
public
would.
eye.
It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. What's up, Mile High?
What up, Mile High? Hey, go Lions! We dude, the Northeast definitely gets the 4 seasons.
Yeah,
Dude.
we do. Yeah.
We believe me, we go through all of them. It's a fucking whirlwind up here.
Yeah, it's brutal. It's brutal.
The winters have just been see, I live down by Cape Cod, so I live like on the water.
Yeah, yeah.
We don't get that much snow down here, but what we do get is the ocean, the wind off the ocean. Dude, in the wintertime, it's brutally cold. You might as well take the outside temp and minus 20 degrees off of it from the wind.
Yeah, that's terrible.
So Coach K says, thoughts about the college season. Unfortunately, I can't see how you can justify playing the college football season.
There'll be no college.
I don't. So put it this way: if it gets to August, and they haven't like put a plan in place on how they want to start, if organized team activities for college football haven't progressed, and we're in August, it's not happening. The college season will not happen.
I haven't heard anything about college. Have you? Like, what are they planning to do? I haven't heard anything.
I haven't heard. The last time I heard anything about college was a month ago, and they were still trying to figure out how they were going to fit.
Yeah.
How they were going to fit the team activities. That's kind of like the NFL. How they were going to fit the workouts and then the preseason, and that was like a month ago.
But Bobby, did you also hear about Clemson? How like a lot of players on Clemson also got
and then you on top of that you add that these once again it's the stupidity and ignorance of some of these college play, like, dude, and a lot of these college, especially like players from like the Division I schools, like I'm talking like Clemson, like LSU, like Alabama, like you got them all if they're all going out clubbing and getting this thing, it's like, of course you're not good. And it's the ignorance of those morons that's going to cause the season to get canceled. It is.
Yeah. College kids actually, Bobby, do not care. They still are partying. They're still going. They still have that spring break when Corona was at its all-time high. Remember that? They went to like Cancun and all that.
Florida,
like,
and that's what crushed the state. That spring break in Florida crushed that state.
In Florida, it got destroyed by that because the cases went up and they never went down, and they reopened, and the cases in Florida are insanely high.
So Coach says he thought he saw that they've approved a preseason. So, well, that's a step in the right direction.
I mean, that'd be great if they do. I really want college football. I want all sports to come back, honestly. I'm even getting into hockey now, Bobby. And that's something I used to never really watch.
Beyond the game, he said, I can't blame them kids. I had a blast in college.
No, yeah. I mean, I agree with you beyond the game that, college is supposed to be fun. You're supposed to do that kind of stuff. But it's not when there's a pandemic like this. And especially if you're a student athlete, you got to be more careful because that's your future. If they don't have a season, this affects the kids too.
I was just going to say, what happens to the seniors this year?
There's no season.
The seniors this year in the draft.
Anything then? What the hell happens?
Yeah. And it's going to hurt a lot of these guys' draft stock too. That are pushing for the NFL. It definitely is.
And Clemson's a big school. Trevor Lawrence goes there. That's kind of shocking that would happen there.
No, beyond. I don't think we're gonna get a college season. I don't. Put it this way: if the NFL will probably. If the NFL goes, then college will go. I think they're both going to be dependent on one another. I really do. I think the college and pros are going to be looking at one another to see what the other one does. That would be like, let's say the NFL says, all right, well, we're going to start the season in October. Then I think you're going to see something. You could see something similar to that with the college. They could start a late season. They could start a late season as well. I think they're going to go. I think they're going to piggyback off of one another.
Yeah, that makes sense because they are, correlated together like that. But Beyond the Game says it's okay to play a sport for free, but not okay for me to party. Like I said, if you're a student athlete and you're playing football, you're probably playing because you want to get drafted more than likely. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's players that don't. So it's not. I know you're not getting paid, and some of them do get paid underneath the table kind of stuff. But even the ones that don't get paid, that's why you play college football, so you can get paid in the future in the NFL. That's how it works.
Beyond it's. I'm telling you, man. It's. Oh yeah. Hey, Go Lion said that too. Like it's. Yeah. Like he's like if they play, there's gonna be a if. It's gonna be like the parents are gonna there's gonna be some input from a lot of different ends on that
Oh
aspect
yeah,
of
the
stuff.
parents are gonna have to get involved in all that. It's
Yeah.
such a catastrophic thing. That's why we need we need something to come out to. There's no cure though, but it's like
I think it's like I said. I think it's going to be a piggyback thing. I think
Yeah.
if the NFL starts late, then college is going to start late. Beyond. I've said this. I think I've said this to you off stream as well. Dude. It's unfortunately for all these kids and for all these grown men that play on the NFL and and for the kids that play in college, it's a fucking money thing. The NCAA and college football are going to lose billions if
tons.
they don't play.
Oh yeah,
They're going to lose billions. And the same thing with the NFL. They're going to lose billions.
Yeah.
They will sacrifice this is the sad reality of the situation. The owners and the deans of the owners of the teams and the deans of the schools will sacrifice player safety for money.
Yeah.
They would do that, and that's the sad part is that they would do that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, the game is stuck about the kids not getting paid. Do you think the XFL comes back, Bobby, next year?
No,
like I know,
but you know what I mean. You know what I mean, though. It's the sad situation of it all. This is all, dude. This don't get it twisted any other way.
yeah,
These leagues are going to push to play their seasons, whether it's MLB, whether it's college. These either collegiate sports or professional sports are going to push to play their leagues because of money. It sucks and it's a sad truth, but that's the truth. Whether it's the players not wanting to lose, the players and owners not wanting to lose money and they'll sacrifice a little bit of player safety for money, or it's the deans of these colleges, the deans and the reps from these college teams, because the kids don't make money in college. It's the college itself. It's the deans. It's the people, the higher ups, the sponsors. It's it's all them, dude. This is a sad truth, but this is a giant argument over how to lose the least amount of money and still get a season in.
Yeah,
it sucks, but that's the truth.
No, you're right about that, Bobby, and it's terrible. But there's nothing that can be done at the end of the day. It's just
because the owners, the owners and the deans are. I'm sure they're telling these kids like, look, we can, we can do this. We can go one of two ways. We can cancel the season and everybody loses. You lose, I lose, the fans lose,
the kids,
everybody loses.
If there's no season, everybody loses, and it's terrible. It's way worse than even.
But that's what I'm saying. Everybody loses. You're going to lose a ton of money. I'm going to lose a ton of money. The fans aren't going to get to see us play. We're not going to be able to generate revenue for the schools, for the organization with, bringing the fans in. Everybody loses,
Yeah. No, it's a.
Or
I
Or
think
the
they're
flip
going
side is right. You tell these kids, and whether it's all, whether it's high school football too. You tell the kids, we have to sacrifice a little bit of safety.
to. Hmm.
You tell the kids or the call, anywhere from high school all the way up to pros. You tell them, we either don't play and lose a huge amount of money, or we sacrifice a little bit of safety and try and push through this thing and try and salvage what money we can. And those are realistically the two choices.
Yeah. No, college would lose. The kids would lose. Beyond the game.
The college, because, and dude, it's the owners. Like I said, the owners and the deans, they're not putting themselves at risk. You know what the deans of the colleges are going to do? They're going to lock themselves in their little
Yeah.
suite. They're going to lock themselves away.
Yeah.
And the owners are going to do the same thing. They're going to lock themselves away. The college kids are the ones that are probably going to be putting themselves at the most risk, because they're going out there for free.
Yeah.
They're the ones that, at least the professional players, are getting paid. The college kids are the ones that are at the most risk, because they got everything to lose. If they get sick from this thing and they get like let's say a lung infection that's chronic, and you're a football player or a baseball player, you're screwed.
Terrible. Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, so it's just the sad truth that nobody, it's an uncomfortable conversation but it's the truth.
Yeah, you're right.
The kids would lose because they're in risk of losing their health.
Yeah. Oh, he's saying if the kids don't play, how would they lose? They would lose. They would lose a whole year.
They wouldn't. They wouldn't lose. They wouldn't lose beyond the kids. If they didn't play, they would be healthy and they would just pick it up next season.
Yeah, they would just lose the year. That's the only thing.
They would just lose the year.
Yeah.
It's
other stuff. Yeah, but
they're the ones.
The NFL would lose though if the college football doesn't happen.
Yeah,
because they're reliant on that as well.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there's not the kids wouldn't lose. If they didn't play, they would just lose the year, and then they could just pick it up again next year. It's just the sad part about all this is that so much of it is just money driven. All these decisions being made behind closed doors to try and restart the leagues, dude. It's money driven. Everybody involved is set to lose a shitload of money, and they're trying to figure out how to lose less. That's the biggest. It's the safety too. It's the safety aspect too, but that's part of the, to me, that's part of the decision. It's like, okay, here's our two choices. We either be 100% safe, or as safe as we can, and just cancel the season and say, sorry guys, sorry, this is a fucking pandemic. There's just no safe way. There's no safe way to execute the season to guarantee that people are going to be safe, because if they play the season, they can't guarantee that everybody's going to be safe. There's no way they can do it.
Yeah, it's true. They can't guarantee.
Or do you play not playing the season would guarantee that these players can stay home with their families and stay away from people, and
do you think that the players would still do that though? I feel like they're
they would stay home though. You know what I mean? They would stay home, and they would be by canceling the season, they
should be staying home, but I just hope they don't go out and partying is my point.
But you know what I mean? These at least the professional athletes would know, it's like, okay, I don't have to be stuck in a bubble like the NBA is going to be. I can, if I want to stay home with my family, I can do that if the season's canceled. They're at the least amount of risk if the season is canceled.
Oh yeah, for sure.
If the season's
canceled, they're at no risk pretty much.
Yeah, they're at no risk at all. But as soon as you start saying, all right, we're gonna, even if it's 5 games, it's like even just by coming to the stadium with the training staff, you're putting yourself at risk. You know, I mean, it's there's a lot of like unfortunately there's just a lot of shitty decisions, and none of them really like are that great.
Yeah.
No, none of them are really that great. You know, they all suck. It's just which one sucks less.
Yeah, true. It's all terrible. They're all. It's just such a that this whole thing has caused such a big mess.
Well, it's like Beyond said, it's a safety thing. There's no safe way to do it. There's no guaranteed safe way to do this. That's a fact.
Man, you
And
have
you
to
have
risk
to.
something.
What you're trying to tell these guys is that okay, there's no safe way to do this, but do you still want to do it? Because if we don't do it, we're all gonna, you'll be safe if you don't do it. You'll be safe. You're going to be put at the least amount of risk. You can just go home if you want. But if as soon as you start coming to the stadium, even if they test all these people and you're still putting yourself at risk because you're putting yourself out there. It's them trying to find a 100% safe way to do things. It's just not going to happen.
Scott said,
Scott Zilla says, football or death.
I'm with you, Scott. I love football. I can't imagine a year with it's just so hard, Bobby. You know why? Because football doesn't last that long anyway. And then, it'd be so terrible. It'd be so terrible to miss a whole year of football.
Coach, that's part of it too. Some players don't want to play in some of these leagues. Some players are saying, "Well, we don't feel comfortable playing."
Yeah, that's actually happening in the NBA too.
Like Jason Tatum has come out and said he goes, "I don't know how comfortable I feel. Going back out there." He goes, he said, like, "I'll go back out there for my team, but like, he's like, do I feel comfortable doing it? Not really."
Yeah.
And I guarantee that there's players that feel the same way that he does. They're going to do it because they're going to go for their team, and they're going to, it's being that good soldier, man. It's doing the right thing for the team and being together, and they'll do it for the team.
Yeah.
They'll bite the bullet because, these guys are team players, and they know the risk that's involved, but like I said, because they're team players, they'll go do it. Like Tatum said, he goes, "Do I feel comfortable going out there?
No,
Not really. No. Am I going out there for my team?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going out there for the team." And it's there. Like I said, all of these decisions, most of them suck. It's just a matter of picking out which ones suck less and going with that.
Yeah.
We don't know enough about the virus. B, I'm with you on that, man.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm with you on that. But like I said, dude, a lot of these decisions are unfortunately they're being made, but with people in power that don't want to lose money. I mean, it's the decisions that are being made are being made by these people that are willing to sacrifice player safety, unless the players say, "No, we're not." It's a divide in the players. There's some of them that are saying, "No, we don't feel safe going out there," and then there's some saying, "Well, we know that, but we want we want money at the same time." So it's like there's a divide in every league.
Yeah, that's true. It's tough. It's a tough thing.
I hope they find the safest way possible to get these seasons in. Whatever it is, I hope if somebody does get it, I hope they develop a protocol, a plan where they can safely remove them and just monitor them while they have it, and then we can just we can push through it as safely as we can. That's what I'm hoping for. I just want to see a plan of action from these leagues that says when these guys get it, this is what we're doing. This is the protocol. This is the 5-step process we have. They get separated, they get sent home, they get monitored. When they're cleared, there's no plan.
Yeah. There's no plan. There's nothing. They got to figure something out, how to make it safe, but how to have football at the same time, which is very tough. But
it's tough, and
but it's doable. It is doable.
I just think they just need to. That's what I'm waiting for. I want to see a legitimate plan in place for when, because it's a virus. I mean, you can't stop a virus. It has to run its course.
No, yeah.
You can do everything you can outside of canceling the season, and even canceling the season. These like you said, do you really trust these guys to be responsible? To be responsible, knowing that they don't have a commitment anymore. They don't have a commitment for the season anymore. Are they going to? Hey, Beyond Man. Hey, man. It's discussion, man. Don't even worry. It's discussion that everybody's got to. We all got to. It's all got to be made. It's all got to happen, dude. It's talking about like it's the argument. It's the discussion that's going on right now. Do we sacrifice player safety for money? That's through all the leagues. I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah, that is the discussion right now.
That's the discussion right now. That's the roadblock is do we sacrifice player safety for money? That's 95% of why this has hit a brick wall. But I'm telling you, man. Like I said, I hope we get sports. The nation, this country
needs it badly.
Needs it. It needs something.
Everybody's on edge right now.
It needs something to unite cities together, and whether you're white, black, green, blue, or it doesn't like color, race, creed. None of that shit matters at a sporting event. As if you got the same if you got the same jersey as the next dude on, and you guys root for the same team, none of that shit matters. Sports unites people,
bring people
and places, and like I said, race, color, creed. None of that shit matters when you both wear the same sports jersey. You're fans of this. Like we need it. We need something to bring this country together and show some sort of unity. The country needs it, man. We're hurting as a country right now. It sucks. We're hurting as a country, and we need it, man. We do. We need it. We need something to help bring people together.
Yeah, I agree. Chad says at least the UFC is making strides, but UFC is different. It's not like that's an individual sport.
And I commend Dana White because if he's run his sport through the heart of this thing. When it was at its worst, he was still going.
Yeah.
If anybody, some of these leagues should be talking to him and saying, how did you? Because he's had guys that have tested positive for this thing,
and they still fight later on.
He immediately he removes that whole team, the training staff, the fighter, they all go away for 2 weeks, and they all get tested and cleared, and then he's handled it phenomenally.
Yeah,
through all this,
he has handled it pretty damn good. Also, the fact that they have their own island to fight on, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I've heard about that. I'm actually that's going to be cool. But it's if these owners really want to continue their seasons and try and push through this thing, then that's the guy they need to talk to.
Yeah, for sure. He has put in a great plan, which is what they need to figure out how to do that for football or other sports.
You can't tell me that these owners and deans of these colleges and the board of the trustees at the NCAA, they can't talk to Dana and be like, like what they can call him. You can't tell me they can call him and find out how he's like the system that he's got in place because what one team, two trainers and a fighter have tested positive through the whole thing. Through this whole only one team. And dude, that's like how they bleed on each other for
Yeah.
like but that's what I'm saying, like that's a contact sport, the most contact sport, and it's still been up and running.
Yeah, yeah, and you know what I always find funny though watching the UFC is that the trainers are wearing masks, but they're carrying like they're bringing the what do you call it, the fighter into the ring, but the fighter's not wearing a mask, but the guy is. Yeah, it's pretty funny. I wonder if that actually protects them from it though.
I'm telling you, whatever he's doing, it's worked. Whatever system he has in place, it's worked.
Yeah, and originally we didn't think we would get UFC either, but he made it work. He's
been the only sport. He's been the only sport running through all this. He's making an absolute killing doing it.
Yeah, he hasn't taken a break through this.
Yeah.
Whole thing. The only thing he was like, okay, we're gonna remove fans and this and that.
Yeah.
And funny thing is, I think it's better without fans. I really do.
The cool thing is you get to actually hear what the trainers are yelling at the guy.
Yeah,
like that's the coolest part about it. You can actually hear the trainers talking to the fighter over the crowd noise, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that is true. That
like if the NFL comes back and there's no fans, like that's going to be an interesting aspect because you could actually hear. You're going to be able to hear a lot of the talk on the sidelines, and I think that's going to be a whole different aspect that the NFL should try and tap into, like being able to, what I mean, like.
Yeah, it's funny because they had a segment like that in the NFL when they had fans called mic'd up, and you would hear it, but it would only be like at certain times. But now you'd be able to hear it throughout the whole NFL game, which is great,
Yeah, like you could actually hear conversations on the sidelines between coaches and players, and it's going to add a whole new element that I think could benefit them.
Well, they have to like talk lower than they normally do though when they're like huddling and stuff because of their, they don't want the.
There's no noise. They'll be able to hear the play.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna have to be like, yeah.
But Sports Critic Amir, I think that's all we got for y'all tonight. That was a lot of fun, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me on, and I want you to come on my channel sometime soon too, if you can.
Hey man, time and place, always.
Yeah. All right.
Time and place. Anytime.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
But thanks for hanging out with us, guys.
Yeah.
Sin City Titan, Beyond the Game. Coach K, all y'all, man. Vegas still in the house. Go Lions in the house. What's up, man? But
yeah, thank you for having me on, Bobby. I appreciate it. It's been a while since we've done a sports talk together, and we've known each other for like a year.
While.
A while, yeah. Chats, and we all used to talk there. And you knew me from the movie Critic, so that was a long time too.
I know. Yeah, that was, dude.
That was great. Yes, I had such fun coming on here and talking with you and the chat. Thank you guys as well for talking with us.
Hey, man. Beyond, you always welcome, man. That's a fact.
Yeah.
But thanks a lot, guys, for hanging out. Sports Critic, thanks for coming on, man. Much appreciated. That was a lot of fun, man. That was I tell you, I hope we get a season. I do. I hope I hope these leagues can work it out, because like I said, man, it unites people. Sports unites people, and the country needs it. The country.
Yeah. I feel like everybody's on edge without sports right now, and
the country needs it. It does. It brings people together, regardless of race, color, creed, any of that shit. As long as you're wearing, like I said, as long as you're wearing the same jersey, like it does. It unites people, man. It
does. It brings people closer together for sure.
It does. And I hope they can work it out, and I hope because I'm telling you, dude, if the NFL and NBA come back and MLB, it's going to explode. Like people, there's going to be a new appreciation for it.
I already feel like a new appreciation towards sports. Like I've always loved it, but now it's like even another level, because it's been
fun. Now that we've seen what it's like, that it's been taken away. Yeah,
we took it for granted. I feel a little bit,
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah, absolutely. Take it for granted. Yep. But thanks again, guys. Sports Critic, thanks a lot, brother. Much appreciated.
Thank
Had
you
a lot of fun.
Yes.
But for now, guys, we are out of here. Y'all have a good night, and we'll catch you on the next stream.
Yes.
Butchers Block and Patriots Talk and the Sports Critic, and we're gone, guys.
Yes,
Peace.
we're out. Peace.